As Pablo said, due to a merge between the Pellet Association in Portugal with the Wood and Furniture Association, also in Portugal, the former included the pellet producers within the association. So from a small association of 10-12 members, we are now included in an association with 400 members that has an annual movement of 8 million euros of trade fairs to be present, to representing the sectors, all the sectors we represent in foreign countries, international trade fairs, like for instance Expobiomasa. I work directly in the second division, as you can see there. So basically, wood byproducts and energy are my focus group. These are the brands and the working groups, and also associations and confederations that ENplus is present in, even in national level and international level. As Pablo mentioned, we are the representatives of the ENplus certification scheme in Portugal. This is the distribution of the pellet producers, the pellet plants in Portugal. No major changes from the last 5-6 years. Some companies ceased to exist, some new companies appeared, but mostly the same picture we had at 2013. I think it was the last time I presented here in Expobiomasa. So basically, we have an installed capacity of pellet producing of 1.49 million tons. And just to give you an idea, the average production of Portugal during the last 5 years is basically 730,000 tons, being the highest number of production the year of 2014, and the lowest one maybe the year, I'm not sure, but maybe the heating season of 2016 to 2017. This graph just sums up our market movements from our exports. Our main exports still is the co-firing CHP and dedicated pellet consumption for energy in UK and Netherlands, Belgium and Denmark. For eating domestic pellets, our main markets are Spain, of course, the main market is Spain, and some exports also to France, south of France, and some exports to Italy and UK, but residual when compared to the Spanish markets. This graph, I just summed up all the figures from the Portuguese market and production in this graph. The bars represent the production 2013, 2016, and the forecast till the forecast to 2019. We saw, due to some struggles of the company Drax, which is the main power producer from pellets in Europe, some struggles with them having the subsidies authorized by the EU. We saw a decrease on the pellets exported to power production from 2013 to 2017, sorry, and that led to pellet producers in Portugal to turn their heads to the domestic market, supported by the demand here in Spain and also the internal market in Portugal. As you can see, the light green curve is the demand in Portugal. The blue line is the exports to mainly to Spain, not only Spain but for the domestic market. The lines are represented in terms of percentage. So basically, is the percentage of the total production in that year. So at this point, I forecast for 2019 and the beginning of 2020, I forecast somehow less pellets available from Portuguese producers to domestic pellets to export to, for instance, in mainly Spain. We forecast this due to several reasons. One of them would be the increase in the internal market, the increase in demand, and also the lack of raw material in Portugal suitable for the production of ENplus A1 pellets, which might cause a barrier in the development of this market. I don't know what happened. Okay, so that led me to this graph, which is basically the ENplus A1 production over the last years, and the line above represents the percentage of the total production of the country that is certified. So in 2015, 12% of the production was certified. In 2016, 24%, and so on. The major difference we expect this year is we will no longer have a major increase in the certified pellet share of the production in Portugal. So, even though the production the overall production is forecasted to be higher than last year's, the percentage or the share of ENplus A1 pellets will remain basically the same, not decreasing but stabilizing over this year 2019 and the beginning of 2020. Basically, just to sum up and try to give you more details about it, we don't have precise numbers of the equipment installation. Nevertheless, as happened in all Europe, we saw an increase in installations in the winter of 2017. 2017 was a big year in terms of domestic pellet sales and also equipment sales that caused some problems in terms of supply in Spain, in Portugal, and I think all over Europe. But we have seen in Portugal doesn't have any support for equipment installation of pellets, no tax reduction, and the VAT for pellets is 23%. So basically, nevertheless, we have seen a sustained increase of sales in Portugal. It's not as dramatic as it is, for instance, in Spain, but it's worth the heads up on this. So basically, this reduction, and I forgot to mention this argument, the stagnation of the market share of certified pellets is also due to the increase in the pellet price, industrial pellet price. We have seen since the end of 2017, during 2018 and now 2019, we have seen prices, and you know that Portugal is mainly an exporting country, not as much as it used to be, but still is. And we have seen prices for industrial pellets increasing from 114 or 112 euros to now 135, 137. FOB Avebiom, so in the port of Avebiom. When you look at when you balance the demand for the type of raw material you need to produce ENplus A1 and industrial, when you see the amount of logistics you have to supply certified pellets and to supply industrial pellets, it's easy to understand why there is a shift in the pellet producers in Portugal might start to increase the production of industrial pellets again, and that leads us to the point where that Eric also mentioned, that is the price of pellets. We just now are recovering the price of sale of 2012 in Portugal. So just now, after 2 good winters, first good winter and another one that was pretty good, just now we are recovering the price of 2013, when the electrical energy is higher, where the raw material prices are higher, and the pellet price is not accommodating all these increases in the prices to produce it in Portugal at least. So that are some barriers, challenges we have right now that we will face, and of course this is a domestic market conference. So basically, it's important for me to give you this insight on this matters. And basically, we expect, just to finalize, we expect the installation of 1 more pellet plant during 2020, and maybe an increase in the production capacity of 1 or 2. I see that the major challenge will be to get raw material to make that installed capacity worth it, because as you know, in Spain, the installed capacity is higher than in Portugal, but nevertheless the production is less. So the raw material plays a big role, and mostly on certified domestic pellets, because for this certified domestic pellets, the raw material basis or basis of supply is quite shortened. So I leave a challenge. I'm not sure how many equipment producers we have right now in the room, but I put some questions on. A2 pellets, why is not increasing? ENplus A2 pellets market share, why is not increasing? For instance, for domestic, to building, to commercial users and comunidades de vecinos. Comunidades. Or comunidades de vecinos. Why is not increasing the share of ENplus A2? because that will give the pellet producers a lot more margin to supply certified pellets with a known quality standard, but with a broader raw material supply. And that's my challenge to you. And just one more point I would like to emphasize what my colleague Eric said about heat pumps. Heat pumps are only a source of renewable energy when the electrical system in the country only relies on renewable sources. And what EcoForest CEO told today in this conference is a lie. Okay? Thank you for your attention.